admit it, if you buy used games for nostalgia, collecting, or even just saving a couple bucks, you've seen something like this. You open the box and you find the controller absolutely covered in sweat and dirt from previous owner, or maybe something is scratched, or maybe the console that's originally one color is now another. I'm a game collector, so I see these all the time. I have several games with markings or torn cover art, or even missing boxes, heaven forbid. Some of my consoles came with cracked or worn pieces. For example, my Xbox 360, the cooling vents are cracked. So today we're going to do a general rundown of restorations and repairs. There are videos out there that go more in depth, so I'll link the more useful ones in the description below. Actually, heck, I'll make a playlist of them and link to that. Much more convenient for me and my comrades. So let's not dilly-dally. Onward to the coffee table. Yes. That is a nice coffee table. First thing I notice is the original NES. This thing... Well then, the NES is infamous for not reading cartridges right. You get those glitches where you can almost see the code on the screen. And there is a reason for that. There is design flaw with the pin connector. That's what causes it. Pushing it down causes the pin connectors to bend. So I'm just gonna generally show you where you want to look for when it comes to replacing the pin connector. Also, the NES will come to play later. Ooh! Snack compartment. Now we're just gonna go right into the next bit, which is getting rid of all the yellow on the console. Now how do we do that? Retro Bright. Now how this works is you just want to brush the goop onto the plastic that you want to get bleached, I guess you could say it. Now after you get the goop on, you just want to wrap the plastic in saran wrap to keep the goop on. After you do that, all you have to do is leave it under either a UV light or direct sunlight for about a day or two. After a day or two, you just have to clean it up and it should look like what it's supposed to look like out of the box. I actually used this method on my Dreamcast. Like most of my other consoles, I got this thing used. And when it came in the mail and I took it out of the box, it was just yellow. After a few treatments on this thing, I'd say that's pretty close to what it's supposed to look like out of the box. Now I will admit, I am colorblind, and yellow is one of the colors I have trouble with. So this could be slightly yellow for all I know. Now a common issue with buying used consoles is with the controllers. That being worn down or busted buttons. For example, here is my GameCube controller. I got this thing just this year, and when looking at it, it is a little bit dirty, but other than that, you'd say it looks pretty good. However, these are not the original analog sticks. These are my original joysticks. I'll put a picture up on screen, but Looks like the previous owner's dog got to it. Luckily this was an easy fix. I just got the new joysticks off of Amazon. They were about $10 and it came with a screwdriver. That's the thing about common hardware issues. There is an entire aftermarket industry around this stuff. So it shouldn't cost too much to get the parts. Now, a while back when I bought my GameCube, it came with 5 games, 2 of which came in a box. The other 3, well, this is collector's worst nightmare. You find a game that you've been really wanting or you don't have, but it does not have the original case. Or in some cases, no case. This implies that the previous owner just threw out the box along with the cover art. This very much angers me. There is a way to rectify this. You can go into Amazon or eBay. You can find the original game cases for like $1 each. From there you can actually print the cover art. There are several online resources for this. One of the videos I'm going to link below, the guy in it, he actually links to a website, has all sorts of cover arts, and they are in the right dimensions. For this next bit, I have a story. I bought these 2 games from a local game store, and when I brought them home, I for the life of me could not figure out how to get them to work on either my aftermarket console or my original NES. I tried blowing in them, I tried wiggling them, like Greenery suggested. I just could not figure out how to get these things to work until I just finally cleaned them. The pins were so dirty that they were interfering with the connection. That's another reason why some NES games just don't work in them, because they just get so dirty over the years, from people either blowing in them or just life in general. Now, a common and cheap way to clean them is with Q-tips and rubbing alcohol. The higher the percentage, the better. Most collectors recommend 90% and higher, but I'm using 70% because I'm a scrub. You can also find 1-up cards on Amazon, eBay, and the like. Now for this next bit, I have the PS2. This is the Fatboy PS2, the original model. We only had one issue with this thing, and that was like 12 years ago, when it would refuse to start, and when it did, it would start overheating. So what my dad did was he opened it up, took a can of air dusting, sprayed out all the dust, and we haven't had a problem with it since. So if you do start having trouble with your console, I suggest try cleaning it out first. Not with your hands, but with an air duster. So there we go. This is a general idea of things to do for your older games and consoles. Again, a playlist of more in-depth videos in the description. Do with that what you feel as you will. Also today, I'm experimenting with a new audio editing program. I think it sounds better than my previous video. But maybe you guys can tell me things that I can do to improve it. And with that, this is Taylor Deadman Gaming, signing off. This is a collector's representative. Fuck!